Oh, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, Mr. Judge, like that purple ascot you got there.
My wife keeps me color coordinated.
Well, I got my new one too. Ah.
Hey, I like that. Must be
All
League
right.
of Cities.
Yay.
I had a good meeting with Norris Beckley today.
Yeah, I met with him yesterday.
Yeah, he said that they'd been over and seen you. So I think you and I pretty much carried the same message.
Yep. Yeah, the only thing I recommend is this advisory board to be for all three, you know, Simpsonville, Shelbyville, and the sheriff. There's no sense in having three separate ones.
Yeah. Well, I told him that there's never been a better time for three governing bodies working together, that I would help them with being informed on jobs. And I told him there would not be a fairness ordinance as long as I was judge. So that was not something they were happy with, but I told them there's no reason for us to beat a dead horse. Go to the state if you want it. I will not bring it to the court.
Well, I hope that was at the first of the meeting and not the last.
It was a good meeting. No complaint.
Oh,
I'm going to tell Jared how important. Go ahead. I'm
going to ask you to say a few words at our dedication of the Stargazer Plaza.
All righty, whatever you need, we'll do.
I just want you to have a heads up, you know, because, you know, there's going to be so many accolades you're going to have to put in there. You know, I want you to have time to prepare for it.
I'm just, well, we're on public forum. I won't go here.
That's okay.
It looks beautiful down there. I just drove by.
So.
Hey, Jared, I want you to know something. You
Yes,
are so important to me that I've got a horse running in 1 hour out of Churchill Down, and I ignored going to see that horse win 100,000 so I could be with you.
Well, I feel very special. Thank you for joining today. I'll be cheering for your horse.
You should, because I'm going to hit you up for a grant to make up for that.
Jared, you still got time to lay down to bed.
I know. I need to get on my TVG account.
It opened at, what was it, 9 to 2, I think, this morning.
Well, that's not bad. Is that the favorite?
No, she hadn't run. I had her down in New Orleans, and she just did not like New Orleans at all, and ran pitiful there. I brought her back, and we got into this pandemic quarantine with horses, and I haven't been able to find a race for her for 2 months. So this will be her first outing.
Well, she's well rested.
Yeah, she better make up for it.
Okay, now you can hear me. I think it's Byron Chapman here. It's 2 minutes after 2. Let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. Item number 2. Welcome everyone. Remember our rules and guidelines. When you make a motion or have a second, to state your name to make it easier for the staff here to get it recorded properly. And if I don't recognize you for some reason, you got something to say, wave, carry on. I keep my eyes on the screen. Welcome. Item number 2, roll call. Jerry?
Honorable John Black.
Here.
Honorable Rick Tonini.
Here.
Honorable John Logan Brent. Honorable Sean Crothers. Honorable Byron Chapman.
Here.
Honorable Beverly Chester Burton.
Here.
Honorable Jack Kaufman. Mr. Matt Munet for the Honorable Bill Deeriff.
Here.
Mr. Brian Dixon. Honorable David Eaton.
Here.
Mr. Kevin Beatty. Thought I see Kevin on there.
Yeah, he's muted.
Mr. Jeff O'Brien,
Here.
Mr. Chris John Streeps for the Honorable Jeff Gahan, Mr. Keith Griffey,
Here.
the Honorable Treva Hodges, Honorable Dan Ison,
Here.
Honorable Mike Moore,
Andy Crouch for Mike Moore.
Honorable Todd Pollock.
Here.
I see you. Honorable John Riley, Honorable Joe Robinson, Honorable Jerry Summers, Honorable Jim Travis,
Here.
and the Honorable David Vogel. We do have a quorum.
All right, good deal. Thank you so much. Item number 3 is a welcome. The only thing I will add there is I'll be glad when we can all get together and meet in person. I think by doing it this way is okay. It works, but there's nothing like being together and talking and working with each other. But thanks for all of your time that you give to this organization. Item number 4 is a reading of our minutes from last month. Motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion to approve, second.
Second.
All right, have a motion and second. Any additions or corrections to these minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed,
Aye.
like sign. The motion does carry. Item number 5 is our May financial statements. Tom Pope, you on listening? Tom?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Got you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks. In your packet, agenda item 5 is the May financial report. And we're 91.67% through the year as far as the number of months that have passed. And the first page is the summary of program elements grouped by division. And as you can see there, we're within the budgets and don't anticipate any problems. And following the summary of work elements is the agency-wide line item revenues and expenditures. And once again, looking at that, you can see we look to be in pretty good shape there. And the final part of the report is the balance sheet. And it shows we're in sound financial position. I'll be glad to answer any questions anyone might have.
Any questions of Tom? Entertain a motion to approve the May financial statements.
Beverly, make a motion.
Welcome, thank you. Second?
Judge Ison, second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Motion carries. Thanks, Tom. Item number 6, street light update. Amanda Spencer. Amanda, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor Chapman. Nice to see you and everybody. I am pleased to update the board on the value that our group is having with streetlight data. And sometime last year, this body approved for the Division of Transportation to put out a request for proposals and ultimately to enter into an agreement with Streetlight. And this company uses data from smartphones and navigation devices, and they aggregate that, of course, for security. They pair it with parcel data and a digital roadway network to give us all sorts of powerful information about travel patterns. And before the pandemic, we were getting pretty savvy with this data, and we were beginning to be able to answer questions like how many trucks are passing through the region using certain roadways and not stopping, and from what counties do certain work trips in various parts of the region originate. And we were increasingly hearing from partners, having them ask us to help answer project-specific questions using this data, saying, okay, which of these 2 exits do travelers most use for this same destination, that type of thing. And then the pandemic hit and of course changed the entire world. And we've been able to use streetlight data now in a new way. So I wanted to share with you today some of the most interesting findings. And I'll also share with you some crash information post-COVID. That part does not come from streetlight though. So I'll just quickly run through some of these points. As I do speak about traffic and crashes, before and after COVID, we are using March 16th as that kind of break point. So traffic levels in the 9-county region really bottomed out in early April, hitting about 61% of the early March pre-COVID levels. In early May, traffic was back up some at about 68%. The Ohio River Bridge crossing, the trends there appear to match trends on other roadways. Traffic levels reduced much more in Jefferson County and the least in our rural counties in Trimble, Henry, Spencer, and Shelby. Here's a really good part. Crashes in the 9-county region have decreased from 112 crashes per day pre-COVID to 42 per day post-COVID. That's a 62% reduction. And during that same COVID timeframe in 2020, where we were seeing 42 crashes per day, in 2019, we were seeing 125 per day. So similar to the 2020 pre-COVID number. As you can see, crashes have decreased more than traffic levels. Overall, crash rates are down 71% in Jefferson County, 41% in the suburban MPO counties, and 34% in those 4 rural counties. Fatalities have also decreased, but unfortunately not nearly as much as overall crashes. Fatalities are down by 15%. But interestingly, fatality rates have not decreased in the COVID time period compared to the same time period in 2019. The rates have not decreased. Injuries per day have decreased by 34%, and injury rates are down 45% in 2020 compared to the same time period in 2019. So those are just some of the most interesting facts we knew that you would find interesting, and but also wanted to take the opportunity to highlight this resource, to remind you about it, to let you know that we're here to use it to help you in any way. Andy Rush is really our expert, and the data only takes you so far. You really have to have a power user to maximize its use. We feel like we're doing that. Please continue to let us know if you have some kind of a challenging, pressing question and you would like for us to use the data to help you answer that. Mayor Chapman, if you don't mind, while I have the floor, I do want to take this opportunity also to remind the group, or to let the group know, that the MPO is having a virtual public meeting tonight from 5 to 7 p.m. And that's regarding the First Amendment to our recently adopted long and short range transportation plans. And you can find the meeting link on the homepage of our website. I'd be glad to take any questions about either of those items, but this does conclude my report and no action is requested.
Any questions of Ms. Spencer? You know, I think that talking with some of the developers with all this COVID, to get traffic studies is just nearly impossible at this point. That's accurate. So it's tough to do. Thank you so much. If no questions, let's go on to number 7. You're up again, Amanda. Transportation Division contracts.
Yep, thank you, Mayor. I have 4 contracts and I'll take them one at a time.
Okay.
First, KIPDA would like to provide $100,000 in federal MPO funding to Oldham County for a study of the Kentucky 329 bypass connecting Kentucky 146 and I-71 in Crestwood. And Oldham County will partner with the Transportation Cabinet, Crestwood, and KIPDA to explore access management improvements, emphasizing safety and operations. They'll take about 12 months to do the study once it's underway, and board action is requested to give our executive director the authority to enter into this agreement.
Ready? You heard the request. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion, Beverly.
Beverly, thank you. Second?
I'll second it. This is Todd Pollock.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Any questions of Amanda? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Like signs opposed? Hearing none. Okay, you have another one?
Yes, sir. Next, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet asked us last week to quickly turn around the fiscal year 21 regional transportation planning agreement in order for it to be executed before the beginning of the fiscal year. This is for our traditional annual transportation planning services in the non-MPO KIPDA counties, Trimble, Henry, Shelby, and Spencer. KYTC will provide $79,657. We'll match that with KIPDA funds, $8,851. Board action is requested to ratify this agreement.
Okay. Heard the request again, a motion?
So
I'll make
moved.
a motion.
Bernie, thank you, sir. Second?
Matt Minier, second.
Matt, second. Any questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, you had 4, didn't you, Amanda?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay,
Next.
Next, the Division of Transportation would like to enter into an agreement with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet to continue to update and maintain roadway centerline information for our region, excluding Jefferson County, which KYTC handles themselves. KYTC will provide $21,800 for KIPDA to use to provide these services. Board action is requested for our executive director to enter into this agreement.
Okay, request for the road, continue the road center line, motion to approve.
So moved, Bernie.
Bernie, second.
Second, John Black.
Okay, Mr. Black. Any questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Your last one, Amanda.
Thank you. Last, we'd like to extend our contract with the marketing firm Field Trip for services related to the Every Commute Counts rideshare program. And this includes maintaining the Every Commute Counts website, designing advertisements and mailings, and conducting social media campaigns to continue to grow that the rideshare program. The contract will allow for up to $175,000 in services per year. Board action is requested to give our executive director authority to extend this agreement.
We spend it for the ride share program. Do I have a motion for the ride share program?
So moved, Jeff O'Brien.
Yep, thank you. Second?
Second, Todd Pollock.
Thank you. Any questions? All in favor on this motion, say aye.
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 Opposed? Like sign, hearing none. The motion does carry. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Do you have anything else for us?
No, sir.
Okay, good deal. Item number 8 now, we're moving on to the Division of Social Services fiscal year 2021. Jessica's bringing us up to speed. Jessica?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Following Amanda's lead, I actually have 4 pieces to this section, so I'll ask for 4 separate approvals.
Okay.
Due to some abstentions that will be needed as well. So for the first piece, we're asking for you all to ratify our executive director signing contracts with the Department for Aging and Independent Living. That would be our Title III contract, which is our supportive services, our meals, our caregiver services, ombudsman, and our health promotion. Our Title VII contract, which is our elder abuse ombudsman contract with the department. Our FAST contract, which is our support we do for disaster operations. Our Dale Home Care contract, which is our case management in-home aid services. Our Dale Kentucky Family Caregiver contract, which is our support to caregivers of loved ones 60 and over. Our SHIP contract, which is our health insurance program that we provide counseling assistance for. Our Dale State Long-Term Care Ombudsman program. And those are needing ratification approval. That will be the first section.
Okay. I do have a motion for this first section for these 7 different ones, I think it was.
And if you all refer to your agenda packet, agenda item 8 has write-ups on those items.
Okay. Motion?
I'll make the motion.
Who is this?
David Eaton, Mayor of Shelbyville.
Okay, David, thank you. Second?
Second, Sean Carruthers.
Any questions of these contracts? Anyone need to abstain for these?
No, I don't believe so, sir.
Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed, like sign? Hearing none. Looks like we're good to go on that one, Jessica. Moving on.
Thank you, sir. So this one will be, we're requesting authorization for our executive director to sign our KHBE contract with the Cabinet for Health and Family Services, also known as our Assister program. So we're requesting this with to sign it with some concerns that Jarrett, Tom, I, Lynn, and Beth, of course, have been walking through this contract. And I'm sure you all are familiar that we also had some issues last year with this contract in trying to get them to negotiate with us on our indirect rate. They have given us a contract to sign that is at the 15% indirect rate that we had last year. We are still trying to get them to work with us on that moving through the year. But at this time, we feel it's necessary that we sign the contract. We are hopeful at least that we have been able to get permission to reach out to the other entities, which also signed that contract across the state. They're willing to work with us and to talk with KHB on our concerns. And we'll let you know that the concerns that we have, they also have as well. So we feel like this conjoined effort may move us in a positive direction. But we are asking for authorization for the signature at this time while we continue to work through some of these concerns.
Okay, thank you, Jessica. Any questions with Jessica? Do you have a motion? A motion, please.
I'll make that motion. This is Todd Pollock.
Okay, Todd, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. And a second.
I'll second Sean Carruthers.
Thank you so much. Any questions again? Not all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Jessica, it is approved. Moving forward.
Thank you very much. So this one will be the one that will need some abstention for those for Tri-County. So this is a request to authorize an amendment to the current FY20 contract that we have for Wheels in Tri-County. This is us moving money from one contract to another. Wheels was underspent. Tri-County doing an amazing job out there, needed a little more funding. So we're asking for approval, requesting to decrease Louisville Wheels $297,185 to $232,185, and increase Tri-County Community Actions Transportation from $102,462 to $167,462. And that will require anyone abstaining from Tri-County for approval.
I abstain. Todd Pollock.
Do I have a motion? I need a motion.
So moved, Bernie.
Bernie, I have a motion from Bernie. Do I need a second?
I'll second Sean Carruthers.
Okay, thank you. Now, who needs to abstain from this before we move forward?
Todd Pollock.
Todd?
What about John? Do I have to abstain, John Black, Mayor?
You're not on the board, are you?
No,
Mayor?
no, I'm in Oldham County, so.
No, sir, you're okay, Mayor.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have one person abstain then at this point.
Does Shelby County need to abstain?
Only if you're serving on the board for Tri-County, yes, sir.
No, okay.
Okay, you're not serving on the board. You don't have to then. Anyone else? Any other questions? Okay, any questions about about what we voted on at all? If not, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Here, no one opposed. And you did get to those that abstained, correct, Jerry?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal. All right, Jessica, you have another one, didn't you?
One more.
Okay. All right. This is it then. No more.
Yes.
Go ahead.
One more and then the next item.
I know. We'll let you back up here again.
I know, right? I enjoy spending time with you guys.
Yes, indeed.
So this one is for us to add a service to the FY23E contract for U of L Traeger Institute. We did put out an application for entities to add information services since the change in COVID has required so many things to go online, and our other specific services did not address that. So they did apply and we did approve. So we're requesting an authorized amendment to U of L Traeger in the amount of $3,496 in KIPDA funds and $1,498.50 in matching funds for adding information services.
Okay, because of the COVID, basically. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's get a motion. Have a motion?
Motion to approve Sean Carruthers.
Thank you, Dan. Second? Kevin?
Second, Kevin Beatty.
Okay, Kevin, thank you. Any questions of Jessica on this? Okay, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 opposed, like signs. Jessica, you got a approval on that one as well. Good moving. Now you're coming back to us on number 9, the Division of Social Services Home Care Procurement.
Yes, sir. Thank you. So number 9 is our home care procurement, which we are procuring for 2021 through 2023. So we're asking for ratification for what was approved by the executive committee, and your attachment will walk through each of our providers. There's a few things that I'd like to mention there before full board approval. One is we're very excited that we actually have 2 new in-home services direct care providers. As you all are aware, we did lose one over this past fiscal year, and our other entities did pick up for that, and we are still very appreciative. But we're very excited to have 2 more entities that we were able to approve around our same rates. So we know that this next coming year, not only will our clients have more choice, but it will, our financial impact will stay about the same, and we will be able to probably expend more funds than we had the previous year and get closer to our goals. So that was Commonwealth Care and Interim, and then Lifeline and Tri-County you're aware of. We also added a provider to our home care vendors list. While they were not a home care provider previously, we have used them in other services such as our waiver and caregivers. So we now have 2 choices in our vendor supplies. We were able to add an additional emergency response, PERS as they call it, to that as well. So we now have Guardian, which is a former provider we're asking for approval again, and BRI. And both of those provide similar services, but each one of them do provide additional services that the other one do not. So them together offer great choices for our individuals, especially those not only just being monitored for falls, but we're looking forward to being able to reach out to more Alzheimer's dementia clients and providing mechanisms for their safety. And then the last one on that list is Southern Care Always Caring, which we've been working with for a little while now. They are new this current contract year, but we did add some services there that they weren't formerly providing. And we're asking for approval of that by the executive committee to ratify, or sorry, by the full board to ratify the decision by the executive committee.
Questions? Motion?
So move. This is Todd Pollock.
Thank you. Second?
Second, Jeff O'Brien.
Brothers. All right, we have motion and a second. You know, we got a lot of new people coming on this year, and I hope that's a good thing. It appears to be on the surface. Is that correct, Jessica?
Yes, sir. We are very excited to get these new providers on board, get them trained and get them moving to help remedy some of the issues we've had, you know, with home care, as I've expressed to you before. No matter which provider it is, they've had a problem with aides, but offering more choice gives us some more flexibility. So really excited about that.
Multiple choice is always good, I think. Okay, I do have a motion and a second. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, aye? Aye.
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 Opposed? Have you gone to sleep? All in favor, aye?
I hope not.
Okay. Opposed?
Aye.
All righty. Opposed? No sound. All right. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 10, Danielle, you're up with the Community and Economic Development Fiscal Year 2021 contract.
Yes, sir. I have 2 contracts that I am requesting the board of ratification of Executive Director Jarrett Haley signing, and I can take those together.
Okay.
One contract is the Joint Funding Administration, or JFA, Fiscal Year 21 contract that's administered through the Department of Local Government. The contract is in the amount of $267,844.51. This contract funds the assistance provided to our local governments with grants, loans, planning, zoning, etc. The second contract is with the Kentucky Infrastructure Authority, or our KIA, Fiscal Year 21 contract in the amount of $61,000. This contract funds our Regional Water Management Coordinator position and GIS staff assistance that is provided to our water and wastewater systems in the region. Action is requested. to
Okay.
those contracts.
We can take them both together.
That is correct, yeah.
Any questions before we get a motion on either one of these two? Okay, motion to approve both of these, the 261,000 and 61,000.
I'll make that motion. Todd Pollock.
Thank you, Todd. Second?
Thank you.
I'll second. Sean Carruthers.
Fine, thank you. If no questions, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none, motion does carry. Danielle, thank you so much.
Thank
Now
you.
you're up again, aren't you? Application.
I am.
CRA revolving loan. Bring us.
Yes. Yes, so again, I'm asking the board to ratify the executive director signing the fiscal year 2020 Public Works and Economic Adjustment Assistance application through the EDA. KIPDA submitted an application for $550,000 to establish a revolving loan fund to respond to economic injury as a result of the coronavirus. Other ads have established revolving loan funds. This is a program that would be new to KIPDA, and there was additional funding made available to the EDA through the CARES Act. And so we decided to submit an application. Of the $550,000, we have requested that $50,000 of that go towards admin fees. And we are also requesting funding with no match requirement as well. So requesting approval.
To ratify the signing.
The signing of that application, correct.
Okay, any questions? I need a motion to approve the ratification of the director signing. Motion?
Jim Travis moves.
Motion, have second?
Second, Bernie.
Bernie, all righty. Any questions? All in favor, let's hear an aye.
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 Okay, opposed? Hearing none. Danielle, good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 12, the June personnel reports. Kelly.
Thank you. So in June, we had two hires. First is Michaela Gary, who was hired as a transportation planner 2 in our Division of Transportation. She started June 15th. She has a bachelor's degree in environmental studies from Harvard College and a master's degree in regional planning, environmental land use planning from University of Albany in New York. She comes to KIPDA from the Georgetown Scott County Planning Commission, where she was a planner 2. We also hired Tabitha Keelan as a part-time service advisor for the Home and Community-Based Waiver Program in the Division of Social Services. She began, I believe, Tuesday, June 16th. She has a bachelor's degree in social work from the University of Toledo and a master's degree in social work from Wayne State University. She comes to KIPDA from Signature Healthcare, or Trilogy, where she was Director of Social Services. We also promoted Leslie Wright, who was a former Home and Community-Based Service Advisor. She is now what we call the Person-Centered Service Plan Specialist in the Division of Social Services, and that was effective Monday, June 15th. We now have 1.5 or 1.5 or 1 full-time and 1 part-time service advisor in the Home and Community-Based Program in the Division of Social Services, vacant. And then we also have 1 full-time transportation planner and 1 full-time community outreach specialist in the Division of Transportation. We do have these job descriptions and salary information on our website, kipda.org/careers. Currently, our staff count is 78 full-time, 6 permanent, 6 full-time temporary, and 3 part-time permanent. If there are no questions, action is requested to approve my report.
I need a motion. Any questions, first of all? Okay, need a motion to approve this report for the employees. Motion? Kevin?
I'll make that motion. Todd Pollock.
Oh, okay, Todd. Okay, second?
Kevin Travis.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any questions of Kelly? Not all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Motion does carry. Kelly, thank you. We're back to Tom Pope now, agency non-health related insurance. Tom?
Thank you. We have our quotes from KEICO for our non-health related insurance. And the first coverage is for our building contents, liability, and the 1 agency vehicle. The price for the fiscal year for 2021 is $25,791. That's an increase of $1,796. We have been advised by KEICO that there'll be a dividend, but we're not sure how much that would be. The workers' comp also with KECO, has decreased by $1,545. It went from $22,123 for fiscal year 20 down to $20,578 for 21. The unemployment insurance is for the calendar year, and that has an increase, and that's actually an increase of $3,937 from $1,241 to $12,041 to $15,978. And we had a couple of claims this past year, plus rates have been going up. So we request approval to continue with KECO for these lines of coverage. Be glad to answer any questions anyone might have.
Any questions for the approval of the insurance for the upcoming year? I need a motion then to approve this report or approve this extending of the insurance.
Motion to approve, Judge Ison.
Judge, thank you. Second?
I'll second Todd Pollock.
All right, thank you. If no questions, all in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Thank you, Tom. Move forward with signing whatever documents you need, I suppose. Item number 14, fiscal year 2021 agency-wide budget. Tom, you're back again.
Thank you. In your packet, you have the 2021 budget. And because of the uncertainty about our funding, we have pretty good numbers for transportation revenues. But our other funding, we still don't have final numbers for next year. And rather than spending a lot of time on trying to guess at what it might be and allocating all those costs, we propose that we utilize the budget for 2020 that was approved by the board in May, with one exception that we've added $67,500 of revenue for PCHP program, which is a new one for 21. We just don't know what to expect, so we would request approval so that we will have a budget to operate under, and obviously we'll watch our expenses. We won't be incurring anything that we think is out of line that we'll be able to afford in the long term, and request that budget be approved for 2021 with the understanding that this will be revised as soon as we have some better revenue figures.
Okay. You know, I think Tom's facing the same thing we all are with our budgets. You know, with this COVID-19, there's so many uncertainties, but we do, by adopting this, we'll have a budget we will be legal and proper, and of course make adjustments as it goes. Any questions to Tom on his budget? Well, let's get a motion and get it done then. Have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Have a motion and a second?
I'll second it. Todd Pollock.
Thank you, sir. If no questions on the budget, all in favor then, aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It's good to go, and just keep us updated as we move forward. Thank you. Item number 15, intergovernmental reviews. This back to Jared. Jared, welcome again.
Thank you, Mayor. These three items we have sent out, they've received the responses and all are good for approval. They can be taken together.
Okay, A, B, and C taken together. Need a motion to approve A, B, C and intergovernmental reviews.
Make a motion, Beverly.
Jeff O'Brien.
Thank you, Beverly. Jeff, would you second that then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, have a motion and a second. All in favor, aye. Well, any questions first? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Hearing none. Jared, good to go. Let's go ahead to number 16, staying with you.
Thank you. I want to make just for the record that since the roll call that we have the Honorable Sean Crothers, the Honorable Bernie Bowling, and the Honorable Treva Hodges all in attendance, so just for the record. And also I'd like to recognize Robert Augustine from Senator Paul's office. Robert, if you have anything you'd like to share to the group, please feel free.
Thank you. I really don't have a report this week, but I'm happy to be here, and I would welcome, as always, any questions I would welcome. And if anybody wants to reach out about support, letters of support for grants, things of that nature, our office is always on call for that. So thank you, and I won't take up much of your time.
Hey, I'd like to say this about Senator Paul. I received a very nice follow-up letter from him a couple weeks ago. I put a letter to the editor in our Old Amira paper a month or so ago, and it was about trying to reopen LaGrange in a safe manner. Evidently, his office or someone's office got a piece of that local newspaper, and he wrote me a really nice letter thanking me for trying to open our city back up, but doing it in a safe way. So I want to thank him for that.
I'll definitely pass that on to him, Mayor. That's one of the things I do as my job in that area, is to kind of keep up with what's being printed in the papers and things. I thought he would have an interest in it. I emailed it to him, and I'm glad to hear that you got some feedback from that. He must have enjoyed the article, so I'll let him know that.
Okay.
Thank you, Robert. Also, just thank you all. I know that we've had a lot of contract we've had to ask for ratification for, and unfortunately, that's just kind of the nature of the beast this time of year. We receive a lot of contracts that come and they ask for a quick turnaround. So I appreciate you all being understanding with that. And with Matt Munet here today, I do want to recognize him as a cover model in the Jeffersontown magazine as a man of action. This is a very good article. So Matt, I just wanted to tell you that you are now a superstar. So thank you for joining us today.
Matt,
I got my pen for anybody who wants an autograph.
Yeah, we got to have a signed copy, Matt. Thank you.
No one has taken me up on it yet, so. Thank you for the compliment, Jared.
Absolutely. For next month, just the meetings that we have, the July Regional Planning Council meeting is canceled. The next meeting will be scheduled for October 13th. The Regional Water Management Council meeting will be held on July 14th at 1:30 through Zoom. The guest speakers will be Jennifer Tamey with the Division of Water to talk about sanitary surveys, and a representative from Rural Development will talk about fiscal year 21 funding opportunities. The July Regional Transportation Council meeting is canceled. The Transportation Policy Committee will be meeting on July 23rd at 12:30 through Zoom. And later that afternoon on July 23rd, the KIPDA Board of Directors will meet also through Zoom at 2 o'clock. So this concludes my report. Thank you all for joining, and Judge Ison, best of luck on the horse race this afternoon.
Hope we get a grant from Churchill.
I've got one last thing I'd like to bring to the board's attention. This for Danielle Story. Danielle, if you would, Judge Pollock, he evidently has internet service in his county, so he comes to every meeting. But I wish you would write a economic development grant for Henry County, because I haven't seen John Logan for 3 months. So evidently they don't have any internet service in Henry County. I don't know if he's still the judge up there or not, but I haven't seen nothing of him. So please pass that along to Judge John Logan, Brent.
I will be sure to do that. I will very much enjoy passing that message along.
And I'm
He's
sure
been put on home isolation.
Tell him all of us at KIPDA miss him very much, and maybe as citizens would wish he would join in with us.
I will let him know.
Okay, thank you. Any other business to come before this board then? Hearing none. Item number 18, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, we've got all kinds of help there, haven't we? How about a second?
Second.
All right. Thanks, sir. All in favor, aye. Be safe, guys. We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
All right.
Thank you all.